right.
And then, all right, there we go. Okay, so welcome everybody. We've got folks jumping in the room right now, and we're going to be joined by more folks as we go on today. I am Amy Loudermilk. I manage the programs for ArtsBuild if we've never met before. So I know everybody's super busy today, but we've got a lot of friends who are scheduled to join us to talk about arts and media. And Melissa and I'll have some announcements at the end, and you all are welcome to chime in with some announcements. But I know Miss Donna has a full schedule today, so I wanted to go ahead and get started with Miss Donna L. Harrison, the master of many things in Chattanooga, both media and tourism related. So she is joining us today wearing two hats at once. I'll let Donna introduce herself and let you know about her different titles around Chattanooga. But our focus today is arts and media, and how you all can strengthen your relationship with our local media friends, as well as our friends in the tourism industry, and how arts and cultural tourism are related. So with that, Miss Donna, I'm going to hand the microphone over to you.
All right. Well, thank you, Amy. I appreciate you and ArtsBuild for all that you guys do. I mean, you guys go over and beyond in a lot of ways for our arts community. And I just want to say thank you for being a consistent partner with our work across the board. So thank you. I want to give a little bit of my background only because it relates a lot to this topic. And just to let you guys know, I've been in radio and TV since I was 13 years old. I started out as a media personality. I was a team reporter first. And so I went from doing radio to transitioning to WRCB. And then I also was an adjunct instructor at Chattanooga State, where I taught broadcasting and editing. And then I also taught in the high schools broadcasting and editing as well. And I've done PR and marketing since I was in my mid-20s. So I had like my, of course, that was like 2 years ago, but I had a background in actually working with different organizations and doing their marketing and PR as a side business. So I like to give that history and tell you why I took the job that I took here at Chattanooga Tourism Company. I've been in this role for 4 years now. I can't believe it. So we got through COVID, yay, and hopefully it will go away forever eventually. But with that being said, one of the reasons why I took this role is because it was putting everything that I love into a beautiful bow. And I love the arts. I love performing. That's how I got into being into radio and TV, and being able to support our creatives around the city is absolutely amazing, and hand in hand with the marketing that we do. So a little background, I'm still on radio at Groove 93, on from 10 to 3, but don't tell anybody I'm recorded. And I'm also full-time at the Chattanooga Tourism Company, and that is what I'm here for today, because we want to make sure that the arts has a chance to be promoted and they know everything that we do regarding the assets. I am the Cultural Tourism Director, and I have one of our amazing team members who just joined, and she is on the line. Laura, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Laura. I am the Cultural Tourism Outreach Manager. Hi. Hi, Amy. We've been working on a lot of stuff, so we're very excited.
Yes, so Laura's been in this role, I'll say a month, and she has been working as though she's been in this role for a year. So I just want to say thank you publicly. I like to say that for all the work that she's done. So Laura is going to be a great connector for you all as well. So you can reach out to either one of us. So Laura, thank you for joining the call this morning.
Oh, thank you.
Right. All right, so I'm going to run through some of the things that we do at Chattanooga Tourism really quickly. Hopefully this presentation will be about 4 minutes or so, but if I go over, I hope it's okay. But just to let you know what Chattanooga Tourism Company do, what we actually do, we promote and develop visitor experiences for our community's economic and social prosperity. We are called a DMO, a destination marketing organization. We want people to know about what you do as a creative with your attractions or individual musicians or performances around the city, because I always tell people, Laura hears me say this all the time, Callie heard me say this, I think yesterday, people come here to Chattanooga for the outdoors and how beautiful it is, but they stay here for our culture, heritage, and the art. So I love what we do. one of the things I want to share with you is that on an average day, 43,000 visitors spend $4 million on dining experiences, lodging, and other activities. That is you. That's what they're spending it on. And if you're not seeing that, we want to help you market so more people know about what you do. While we do what we do, our goal is to strengthen that visitor experience. We want to make sure that your event is just everything. Your attraction is everything. And we want to support you in every single way with our entire team here at Chattanooga Tourism Company. We want to drive visitors to your location. So we're driving that visitor demand when they come outside of the area. And then we want to increase brand awareness because we are that destination marketing organization. So how can you market with us and what does that look like? So I love to tell people first, and Callie, you want to say hello really quick? I don't know if she's working from home today. So when you're working from home, you may not be camera ready, and I ask her to join the call. So Callie, you want to say hello with or without?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Donna. I am Callie Burnett. I'm a Chattanooga transplant and just joined about 5 weeks ago as partnerships director with Chattanooga Tourism Company. So it's wonderful to meet you all virtually today, and nice to put a face with some names that I've heard many good things about. So thank you so much, Donna, for including me in this meeting today.
Of course I will. So Callie has started, I think she's a little bit humble because she has made so many connections here in Chattanooga. And that's the one thing I'm excited about with her in her role. She will continue to make relationships and with our partners that we have. So if you are not a partner, you need to sign up and be a partner. And it's a free listing to do so. So when people go to our website, and we drive so much traffic to our website, I mean, 1 million folks that are coming to that website every day, you want to make sure that you have a listing on there. And in order for us to work with you and help promote you, the goal is for you to be a partner. We have this handy dandy events calendar. We hear people say, oh, we need a new calendar. We need a new calendar. Our calendar is everything. It has so many events. It has so many of our partners that are on there. And if you have an event that you are typically just emailing out to the media, most of the time, and I'm going to give you guys this, when I was in the newsroom at Channel 3 and somebody just sent me an email, I wouldn't necessarily just look at an email and say, that's how I want to promote things. We have a process, and that process is, please put it on our events calendar if you have something that is happening, and give us enough time. You can also email Laura or myself and say, hey, I've placed this on the events calendar, by the way, just to give us a gentle nudge. So that's nothing wrong with that. But I do want to share with you, with the events calendar, that's where we want you to go because so many people are there. And they're seeing your events there. We have our CHA Spotlight. I love the CHA Spotlight. And one thing that I enjoy about it, we have an opportunity to talk about the experiences of person, places, and cool things that are happening with culture, heritage, and arts. Sean Phipps and I, we get a chance to go around in Chattanooga and tell some amazing stories. We've done the Pinball Museum. We've had an opportunity to do an ArtsBuild Spotlight recently with Alex Loza. We've had a great opportunity to tell stories from Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum that we plan to do in the future. We have a couple of different things, Strung Like a Horse, working with those artists. So the list goes on, but you can submit those ideas because guess what? I don't have all that knowledge. So feel free to go to our website and to this link and submit an idea. And we would love to talk to you a little bit more about why we should do that CHA Spotlight. We have in-kind marketing. So if you have an event that typically reaches Chattanooga community only, we love that. We want to see people there. But the cool thing is, what does it look like on return of investment for you if you are able to tap into our visitors even more? So that's more people coming to your experiences, that's more people coming to your attractions. And if you have the potential to reach visitors and you want to try it out with us, we have an in-kind marketing form. So you might have a cool event. I'll say something that doesn't seem necessarily touristy, but it's a cool event. The Green Prix that Green Spaces does every year, right? They do this cool event it used to be in Miller Park, it used to be at Chattanooga State, and they're moving it to VW, but they have an opportunity to tap into visitors because we've heard that people travel for those, but you might not have worked with a tourism company, where there's an opportunity for you to apply for in-kind marketing and we'll say, how many people normally come to your event? How many would you dream to come to your event? And then you have that opportunity for us to help you guys digitally there, and also ensure that you're on that events calendar. Our co-op program, I'm trying to wrap this up quick. Our co-op program is so awesome. So we do a one-to-one match. So they're actually 4 times a year. And as Laura informed me, it is fall, holiday co-op program, also the spring and the summer co-op program that you can actually apply for these co-ops, and we will do a one-to-one match. So the lowest number is usually a $3,500 investment, and we can actually match that to make it $7,000. And we're not, you're going to say, I don't even see this in Chattanooga on our platforms. You know why? Because our goal is to promote to visitors outside of the area through our drive markets, Huntsville, Atlanta, Nashville, some of our new markets like Chicago, Miami, different ones like that, Colorado, because we want more people to say, I want to come here. I also want to share with you, when you are promoting with us, and especially with our events calendars, most people plan really quick trips, like last minute, right? That's like a girls' weekend, or honey, let me get away from the kids for the weekend, or hey, let's do a back to school thing before the kids go back, and that's last minute. But when you're thinking about promoting for the spring, most parents, most families are really thinking about it about 3 or 4 months in advance. So when you know that you're having that event, put that on our calendar early, because if I know that I'm getting ready to go to Cancun, I'm not going to decide last minute some of the things that I want to do. Most of the time, people are planning those in advance, especially if they're great experiences. So that's why I want to remind you guys with our co-op marketing and our in-kind and our even our CHA spotlights. Last but not least, this is something that I'm excited to talk about. So we have our Cultural Tourism Advancement Grant. Allison Reedy and I had a chance, with Allison Reedy Wolf and I had a chance to kind of talk with your ArtsBuild community, with you guys, about our grant. And so we've had a lot of conversations with, are we going to continue? The goal is to continue and decide what that process is going to look like for the future. But you can apply for the co-op program in the grant. So you might say, I don't have the $3,500. I don't have the $1,000 to start out with, but we'll do a one-to-one match within our grant process. So you can actually apply for that $3,500. And we'll get that, we'll double it for $7,000, and we're going to market outside of the area. So many opportunities to market with us. 500,000 followers on all of our social media platforms. You are probably a follower, but I want to remind you guys, if you are not, you should, because you should be tagging us in those opportunities and events that you're having in your locations, because we want to know about it, because cultural tourism is everything to me in my role. And I know you guys are working diligently hard in your roles every single day. And what's the point of doing an event, or what's the point of putting a flyer up if nobody sees it? It's your time for people to know about what you do. So that's all I got. Oh, I do want to share this really quickly. Bam. In order to reach us, it's simple. Can you all, Laura or Callie, do you mind dropping those links in the chat for everyone if they want them? And I want to say thank you to Laura again and Callie for joining me, because it was like last minute. But one of the things I do want to share is you go to visit Chattanooga.com for any questions. You can email Donna at Chattanooga.com or Laura at Chattanooga.com if you, ChattanoogaTourism.com if you have any questions. So ChattanoogaTourism.com. But Amy, team, keep doing what you guys are doing, and everybody else that are creatives on here in your job every day. I always say this on every call. You don't have to do what you're doing. We get to do what we're doing. So that's what I got.
Thank you so much for joining us, ladies.
Thank
Really,
you.
really appreciate the information. And Miss Donna, thanks so much for making yourself available to our arts and culture community with your email. This lady is a wealth of knowledge, and we are lucky to have her in Chattanooga with her team. And really jealous that you have 2 great ladies to work with too, Miss Donna. So thank y'all so much for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so our next guest has been my partner in crime this week at UTC. She's sitting right next to me. So I'm just going to slide the computer over to her. Our friend Robin Stringfellow, who does all things education with WTCI, our local PBS member station. We're also joined by some friends from WTCI, Miss Emily Compton. Robin and Emily are both homies. So happy that they have participated in ArtsBuild programs and continue to do so. But I'm going to hand things over to Miss Robin so she can talk to everybody about how you can interact with our friends at PBS.
Thanks, Amy. And if you don't mind to share my slide that I kind of prepped, and I'll just talk quickly through some of it, and then I will ask Emily to come on and talk with y'all through a little bit of it. If you don't know, we are your local PBS member station, and I work in the education department. So one of the things I wanted to offer to you all are that we do have PBS Learning Media, which is a free resource for educators. The information on PBS Learning Media is organized by topic and by grade level, and it actually automatically syncs to the state standards in the state that you're logging in from. So you have the ability to match everything to state standards, and it also integrates with Google Classroom. So if you're using Google Classroom or Canvas in your educational spaces, those materials can really easily be accessed by students. If you would like a tailored educator resource guide, please contact us, and you can let us know what age group you serve and what kind of topics you're looking for, and we can kind of aggregate a visual guide for you and your students to explore those resources. Another thing that I would like to offer you all is that our flagship program in WTCI Educate is called Raise Your Hand. And that is a show that features local educators coming into our studio space to share their gifts with a wider and broader audience. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you're interested in coming on the show to share your wisdom or your knowledge, or you have a really great lesson that really lights kids up, that provides greater access to arts material for students, please feel free to contact us and come on to that show and share in what you have available. And then the last thing that I will talk about is participating and promoting your events. We also offer in-kind trades for your events, so we can promote your event, and then we can also participate in the actual event by providing a table with resources for families and for educators. So if that's something that you're interested in, I know there's several people on the call where we've participated in your events in the past, but if you haven't had us at an event, please feel free to invite us anytime, and we'll bring a wealth of resources for kids and families. And then I will ask my wonderful colleague and fellow homie, Emily.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emily Compton. I'm the executive producer at WTCI PBS. And I just wanted to talk through a couple more things on, Robin, did you want to talk about station tours before I get going?
Oh, sorry. Yes. We also do offer station tours for students and for classes. So if you have a group of students that would like to see how television works, or come in and you can just do a tour of our station and kind of just get a vibe of the television industry. But if you'd like to have a longer tour where we engage students in how to get great lighting, how to capture good audio, and then have them actually synthesize or put together a short media clip or a short film while they're in that tour, we can also offer that as well. So contact us if you're interested in having a tour for your class, for your family, for your students. And if you're a homeschool educator or you're in private school, it's open to absolutely all kinds of educators all over. So no holds barred, just let us know. Thanks, Emily, for the reminder.
And we can do those tours for adults too. We had my Homebird class last year came by the station, and we all put together 1-minute videos, and it was a lot of fun. So it can be tailored to any age group. I did want to talk to you a little bit about our local digital series, Greater Chattanooga. It is a short documentary series that features stories about a wide range of topics that stories that we felt like weren't getting told in other places. And a lot of those are arts related. I'm going to pop some links in the chat. There's a lot of places you can watch it, but greaterchattanooga.org is going to be your easiest to remember, I think. And I wanted to reach out to you. I know we have fellow artists here, and a lot of you are participating in really cool things around the city, and we want to hear about your story. If you have something going on, someone that you think would be cool to feature, please let us know. We are always open to hearing story ideas for Greater Chattanooga and making sure that we're accessing all corners of our community sorry, I'm trying to type and talk at the same time. Sharing stories from all corners of our community that are not being told. So I'm going to pop my email down there. It's econtent@wtcitv.org. If you have a story idea for our Greater Chattanooga series, go watch a couple episodes, shoot them my way. I'd love to hear them. In that similar vein, please contact me if you are an independent filmmaker and want to collaborate. We are always looking for opportunities to work with independent filmmakers, offer distribution channels when possible, and see if we could, if you need a producing partner, any kind of assistance or collaboration on a project, we'd love to talk through that with you as well. So please send me an email if you or anyone you know is an independent filmmaker looking for distribution or collaboration opportunities. And then we also offer internships to college students and job shadowing experiences for high school students in our production department. For those, Bo Wheeler, who's our senior producer, and he is reachable at this email address. Please hit him up for any college internship or high school job shadowing opportunities. We offer them spring, summer, fall semesters. We do non-traditional internships as well. If you're out of school and looking just for an opportunity to learn more about the production field, we'd love to have you. And then lastly, we do also offer opportunities for you to just volunteer your time with us. And there is a form you can fill out online that I am linking here. And you can, if you have video production skills and want to come assist on any kind of productions, live pledge, infield shoots, anything like that, you could also volunteer to answer phones for a pledge drive, to help with office work, to help at events, any number of opportunities that we'd love to engage with you. Let's see, I have a question. High school students are in service hours for college when they intern volunteer with you. I think that we can work that out. We haven't done as many high school shadowing experiences, but I think that we have done that in the past. If you check with Bo, he will probably be able to answer that better. But we do, we have worked with several campuses across the area and can, fill those internship hours for sure for your college credit.
Thank you so much, Emily.
Yeah, and friends, we've got some time if you've got some questions while Emily and Robin are with us right now. So feel free to unmute yourself and ask away. We'll give you a couple minutes.
I've got one more thing to put in your mind before you generate your questions, is also that I forgot to mention, we do work collaboratively on student media creation. So if your campus or your organization has a student media creation club or an audiovisual club, we are also experienced, and we have a lot of fun working with students in creating their own films or their, just expressing their creative viewpoints in films. So just that's just another thing to put in your mind as you percolate. You can send the questions later also. Think of them now. Email us.
I have one question, is like musical events. Is there any particular advice for advertising to get audiences for music events? Tuned in late, so I don't know.
Yeah, we do we support all sorts of arts and cultural events. So yeah, music is certainly in our wheelhouse and things that we support. So hit us up on the side if you have a musical event or a musical performances or things like that. And we can kind of talk that through. But yeah,
there are also underwriting opportunities with us if you have an event or a business that you'd like to promote on air in support of any of our programs. And that is, a contract agreement that would be worked out for us to create on-air spots for any events or businesses that you would like to promote on any of our 4 channels.
And I know we've got some friends joining us from outside of Hamilton County. So I guess I had a question about the station's reach, the geographic reach.
Yeah, we reach 35 counties across, oh gosh, 4 states. Is that right, Robin?
That's right. Western North Carolina,
Yeah, North
Northeastern
Carolina,
Alabama.
Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee. So we definitely reach further than Chattanooga and Hamilton County. So Cleveland businesses or artists, Dalton, Georgia, yeah, all the way up through North Carolina, parts of Alabama. We love to share those stories as well.
Absolutely. And we really want to be invited to more events that are not in Chattanooga. So if you are in an outlying county or a rural space, please reach out and invite us to those events. We are willing to travel, and we really do want to show love to not just Chattanooga, but everyone around our area.
All right. Well, like Robin said,
Thank you.
thanks, Robin. So like Robin said, she and Emily are available via email, and folks, our friends at WTCI are extremely accessible, and we love to cooperate and work with them. So if you've got questions that come up at the end, definitely reach out via email. So we're going to take a quick intermission to talk to you about a very special event that ArtsBuild has coming up called Intermission. So I'm going to let my colleague Melissa Aston jump on and tell you a little bit about what's going on with that.
Yes, thank you, Amy. I'm Melissa. I'm the manager of grants and community engagement here at ArtsBuild. I have worked with a number of you all on this call, so that's great. Thank you. So we have a phenomenal event coming up called Intermission. It is featuring Alan Cumming. We will also celebrate the Ruth Holmberg Arts Leadership Awardees, as well as local artists and local arts organizations, and that is September 14th. The really important part of this is tickets are going fast as well. If you buy your tickets by this Sunday, July 30th, you'll be entered to win tickets to, I'm going to look at my notes, to the opening night of Come From Away. And this is thanks to the Tivoli Theater Foundation. We appreciate their support in helping us generate energy and getting our tickets sold for the September 14th event. So, you could not only attend our event, but have the opportunity to see this great show that's happening at their theater January 20th. And so I have put my email in the chat, and I will put links to tickets and things of that nature. Any questions, just reach out to us. The other announcement that I have is we do have an upcoming grant opening in August. It's our Racial Equity Grant, REGIA, Racial Equity Grant for Individual Artists. Every year we award, we designated a group of artists that might not traditionally be in the room in terms of grant funding. And it's a way to remedy that where we're opening up the table for all artists. And so this grant is up to $10,000. It's for a BIPOC artist who identifies as female. We'll award up to 5 grants. It's a great grant for someone who's trying to take their art from one space to the next level. So it's a professional development grant. We have some folks on the call who have received it, and they have all had a great experience during that funding year. So just keep an eye out for in our newsletter. We're going to announce that. I expect it to be about mid-August. We're solidifying some dates and things of that nature, but you're always welcome to reach out to me. We can set up a time to talk about grants and things of that nature, so it's really easy for you to move forward. And that's all I have.
Thanks, Melissa. Anybody have any questions about that information? All right. Well, as always, Melissa and I both and the ArtsBuild team, we're all available via email. So feel free to reach out to us with any questions about what Melissa mentioned. You can also go to artsbuild.com, and right at the top of the website, you'll see information about intermission. If you would like to, if your organization would like to sponsor intermission, or like Melissa said, tickets are going fast, so get your tickets there. So that was a very timely intermission, because we have just been joined by another one of our friends in the media, Ray Bassett. If you are an NPR listener and a WUTC supporter, you have likely heard some of the great quality programming that they have. You've probably heard my voice on there as well. So most everybody now knows that I live in Sequatchie County because of the great work that Ray did on some messaging from me. So I'm going to hand things over to my very good friend, Ray Bassett.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, friend. Morning, everybody. Sorry, I was a little late dialing in, jumping around between interviews, but it's good to, even virtually, good to see a few familiar faces and introduce myself and what we do here at WUTC to a few folks that maybe just listened a little bit or were curious to learn more about us. I'm the host and producer of Scenic Roots here on WUTC. We're on Mondays through Thursdays at 3 p.m., 3 to 3:30. You might hear some excerpts of some of our conversations now in Morning Edition and All Things Considered. That's a recent initiative here at the station to get more of our local content back into those drive time hours. Beyond that, my title here is the editorial director for WUTC. So besides Scenic Roots, I'm involved with all things digital. This was not in the job description, and this was not in the interview process 4 years ago when I arrived, but I am the lead for community engagement here at the radio station, and that includes the campus as well as the community beyond campus. And one thing that I struck upon early on when I got here, figuring out Scenic Roots, the show that would become Scenic Roots, is I know that the arts were going to be a part of it. That's what you would expect from a public radio station serving a community. One thing that I've been pleasantly surprised by, and I say it again and again, I lived in New York City for 20 years. I'm originally from Minnesota. I grew up in southern New Jersey between Philadelphia and Atlantic City. I've lived in about every size of town and city that you can imagine. One thing that has pleasantly surprised me, and I've said again and again to people in other parts of the country where I'm from, is how Chattanooga punches above its weight when it comes to arts, music, and culture. And that's across genres, that's across forms. And that was a delightful surprise to unpack once I got here. So we try to highlight as much of it as we can. We try to share the stories, behind the event and behind the work, because I think that's what people are looking for. I think that's something that we as a radio station can uniquely provide. Richard Wynnum's done things like, has covered topics like this, and he still does within his own show, and sometimes for Scenic Roots. He's done that for years, those of you who know him, and it just felt like a natural fit. So that's what I'm about. And I guess if people have any questions for me, I could take some of those.
Feel free to unmute yourself and ask Ray anything you'd like to know about connecting with WUTC and the work he's doing over there. We'll give just the... Oh, yeah.
What's your lead time in appointments with organizations who would like to have a meeting with you? 2-3 weeks, events?
I'd say about 2 weeks out. Yeah. It's just because I'm recording as I'm scheduling, and I don't know when I'm recording exactly when I'm going to air something. I know 2 weeks out before I would air it is a good enough lead time.
Is the line. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks, Lori. That was a great question.
I have another one. Is Rabbit
Go ahead.
still with UTC?
She is. She's still on the weekends. She lives. Forgive me, I don't remember the name of the community, but she is in rural Tennessee, not Sequatchie Valley, I don't think. Or otherwise, Amy would have told me that of a sighting. But no, she is still involved with the station, but she relocated, to some corner of rural Tennessee in our listening area a few years ago. And she's been, I think the pandemic drove part of that. As far as I know, she's still producing shows. She's on Sundays, and our schedule, you can find her schedule at wutc.org. I don't remember the time of her show, but I know it's on Sundays.
Thank you. I just want to say to all of you who are on here, I'm an oldie, and when I threw spelling bees many decades ago, WUTC was my biggest partner. So I just want to say, for events and partnership, you've been long standing. So thank you for the continuity, all of you who have continuity in Chattanooga. But for those of you who have events, it's a great opportunity. It's scary because you're on TV and you're on Voice, but y'all make it easy on us. So thank you.
Well, we try to.
Ray, do you mind if I pop your email in the chat so folks can reach out to you?
Yeah.
All right. Just put that in there. All right. Well, if you do have questions that come up, again, Ray is one of those very accessible in Chattanooga, which we greatly appreciate. And like he said, he does walk the walk and talk the talk. So big supporter of what all of us who have tuned in here today do. And we so appreciate that. So.
And if you have a question about the radio station that might not be directly for me, I can answer it, or I can get you to the person who answers it. We, as some of you on this Zoom may know, for many, many years, we were in the basement of the Chattanooga Conservatory on campus. And I think the word basement conveys what that space was like. But last year, we started to move to our new location. We are on the 7th floor of the state office building at Macaulay in Houston. When you drive up Houston and you see that building with the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga sign, that sign is just above my window. And we have this view of the downtown, which is just stunning. And there's a lot of projects that are for the longer term involving us on the same floor. This will be a few years down the road, but a performance space. And some of the folks on this Zoom have seen that. So that's also part of why, if you're wondering about my lighting arrangements for this Zoom, it's because that outside light is coming in through that window here. I don't need to do much. I usually don't have my, those fluorescent lights that just knock your head over. I usually don't have that on for most of the day because I don't need it. I've got the natural light from the outside. So, but yeah, shout out to ArtsBuild and Amy and Melissa and James and everybody there for doing what you do. And those of you in the creative community here in Chattanooga that I've gotten to know in the past 4 years, whether you've been on Scenic Routes or been to the station or not, I want to thank you for all that you have done, are doing, and planning to do next. And we're your home for public radio here in Chattanooga in the Tennessee Valley. We've been around for more than 40 years now. And people like you have helped keep it going for us and with us. And we want to continue that partnership for years to come.
Ray, I have a quick question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Your performance space that you made mention of, did you say if it was completed or is
Oh,
there a
no.
date to be completed?
This is going to be there. This will be a few years down the road. It's a great question because, and we get it all the time, and it's understandable. The performance space is on what will become the performance space for WUTC is on the same floor that we're on, and it has these panoramic views similar to what I'm seeing right now. It used to be a cafeteria. And we have received some money to renovate that. There's going to have to be a capital campaign and other fundraising to go alongside with that. And also a factor is there is money that is coming from the state of Tennessee to the university for the reconditioning of the entire building, because this is an Art Deco building, I think from the 1950s. They have to do a lot of gut work when we're talking about elevators, we're talking about HVAC, we're talking about, so, our performance space, I don't know, we're talking 3-4 years down the road, probably. And I say that because our station manager was shown this space that we're now in here for our radio station in 2019, and we didn't get settled in here until 2022, and then of course we had the pandemic. So yeah, it's going to be a few years off, and there's a few other bells and whistles, but people who come up here to visit the station, whether it's with me for Scenic Routes or for something else, you can take in those views and get a glimpse of what the future will be, because we want to make that happen. The university wants to make that happen, and I think when we do, it's going to provide a vital piece for the creative community here in Chattanooga. We all know, coming off of the Chattanooga music census, the need for venues, especially for those first-time artists, those emerging artists. And I think we're poised to be part of that solution.
I'm sorry, what was the study?
Oh, the Chattanooga Music Census. It was spearheaded by Chattanooga Tourism Company. If you go to their website, they've got data and a framework, and they've had a series of discussions over the past year.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for taking us full circle with that one, Ray.
Yeah.
Donna joined us at the top of our program. So
oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, I was late to that, but the tourism center's been doing great stuff too.
Yeah. Well, this meeting's being recorded, so feel free to log on to YouTube and find ArtsBuild's YouTube channel, and you'll see our Friday Community Zoom recording there for today. It'll be on later today. So, well, thank you so much, Ray. I owe you lots and lots of cups of coffee, so appreciate it. And I'll do ArtsBuild, and again, for making yourself available to the community. So we really appreciate it. Did just get a question in the chat. Is there a fee for any of the promotions that you do?
Well, I think if I'm doing an interview for Scenic Routes, then that is event based, that's different from underwriting. And that's a conversation that we have all the time here at the station. Okay, this might be a better fit as an interview for Scenic Routes, or this might be a better fit for underwriting. Sometimes it's a bit of both. And, we partner with Chattanooga Theater Center, for example. And yes, we're highlighting that a show is coming up, but if you listen to any of those conversations, it's an opportunity to speak with the director and a few of the actors. And so it's about the people, and it's about the themes. It's beyond, oh, here's this event or here's that event. Now, at the same time, Chattanooga Theater Center does underwriting for WUTC, so you'll hear those spots. It really kind of depends what you're about and what you're looking for. But there's, you can contact me, and I can help sort that out with you and figure out what's the best fit while we're maintaining the rules that we have to maintain as a public radio station. You know, it's that would be what I would say. Just if you have a question, you can reach out to me direct and I can work with you on that. And by the way, speaking of Chattanooga Theater Center, I want to give a shout out. I don't know if he's still on this call. Yes, he is. I see him. Rodney, I loved your viral video for Something Rotten. People should go to the Facebook page for Chattanooga Theater Center and watch Rodney Van Valkenburg's viral video for Something Rotten. Dennis Parker, who does our underwriting here at the station and is also involved in theater circles, he showed it to me yesterday. I can't help but crack up even when I think about it. It was hilarious. There it is. Yeah, check it out. This is Friday fun for all.
Thanks, Ray.
You bet. Thank you. Thank all of you.
All righty. Well, appreciate you spending some time with us this morning and letting us know about that. The new space is certainly very exciting. And if you've not had the opportunity to visit them, you can pop up there and kind of take a look. They're a very hospitable and accommodating crew at the station. So, and it's a really cool new space. So glad we've got you here in Chattanooga. Oh, thanks, Laura. Laura with the tourism company just popped in the chat the link to the census report that Ray had mentioned. So you guys are just a wealth of information and we really appreciate that. So, well, we've got about 15 more minutes and I know some of you have some announcements to share with the community who's present today. My friend Dale Woodfriend from the other side of the mountain with me might have something to say to everybody.
There, it's been a while since I've done Zoom, so I didn't know how to unmute. Hi, guys. And thanks for giving me a moment. This is so valuable. Shame on me for not attending these more often, but so good to hear everybody's offering here for media exposure, because that's something we deal with. I'm Dale Woodfin with Arts in the Berg in South Pittsburgh, and I've worked with some of you during grant processes and that sort of thing. So we have a very unique challenge in a town of 3,000 people. It's how do we get traffic? And that's part of what we're about, is to become a unique destination. We're an art incubator. We have 5 working artists that we provide studio space for at a low cost. We have classrooms, weekly classes. We have monthly events that will be restarting again soon, and a gallery. So we are 2 years into our 3,000 square foot facility and we're sustaining, but not without the help of organizations like ABC and of course, Tennessee Arts Commission. We've received good facilities grants that have helped a lot. So I guess I would just like to say, reach out if I can be of any assistance to anybody who has doing a similar thing or wants to know what it's like to create a facility like ours, or is in a rural area and faces the same challenges. And also come join us. Check us out on artsintheberg.com. And there's a big green button that says classes and events. So we would love to come join for you to come join us, and we would love to invite. I think it was the PBS channel to come to events and be a part of that as well. So I'll be reaching out, or I'll have Mandy Finati reach out to some of you guys about some of these opportunities. But happy to take any questions here, or you can put my email address, artsintheberg@gmail.com in the chat, and happy to discuss arts and art opportunities with anyone. And thanks so much.
And Dale, I'll dig that email address out in just a second, or if you wanted to just pop it in the chat.
Oh, yeah,
sure
can.
Fine.
Yeah.
To,
I got it in there.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Melissa. Any other friends in the community have anything that they'd like to announce or share with us while we've still got a little bit of time?
Okay, unmuting. So I have a concert series. I did 3 of these concerts in the afternoon at area churches, and the last one is not going to be this Sunday, but next Sunday. And so I'll put a little poster to it in the chat, but I'm working with 2 other ladies that teach for UTC, and we've got like a great refreshing afternoon of chamber music on very hot days. So I'd love it if people could come out.
Thanks so much for sharing that with us, Nicole. And Nicole, you bring up a good point. Make sure too that you have your subscription to ArtsWire. That's ArtsBuild's weekly newsletter. It hits email inboxes on Thursdays. If you have information you'd like to share with the community, we're happy to include that in our weekly newsletter. So you can email any of us at ArtsBuild and let us know that you want that included in ArtsWire. We just need to make sure to get that information by Wednesday each week at the latest.
We have an event this Saturday through River City Company. It's called Music and Movies at Miller, and ArtsBuild will be there set up so we could talk about all things ArtsBuild plus do art. Kofi will be there doing drumming and culture books. And then I think about 8:30 is when they start the movie Jumanji. So join us this Saturday. The event starts at 6 o'clock at Miller Park.
Great movie. All right. Well, and before we log off, I just wanted to remind everybody that ArtsBuild is collecting art supplies for our area students as they prepare to go back to school. We will be participating in Hamilton County Schools Back to School Bash on Saturday, August 5th. At the Tennessee River Park. It has moved locations. In the past, it's been at First Tennessee Pavilion, but we will be at the River Park this year off Amnicola. ArtsBuild is we have some wish lists both at Walmart and through Amazon. However, what we're asking for, 12 packs of colored pencils, any brand, the 24 packs of crayons, those are the smaller size crayons, scissors for kiddos, glue sticks, and then the 10 packs of magic markers for just making sure that the kids are starting the school year with their art supplies. And all of us here were kids at one point, some of us still kind of are, and we know when we put art supplies in the hands of kiddos, what is possible, because that's why we're all here. So if you would, we are accepting donations. If you want to drop them off at ArtsBuild, we're accepting donations through August 4th. And if you would like to order online and shipped to ArtsBuild, please make sure that you have that done by sometime next week so that we'll be able to give it out on the 5th. So thank you, Nicole, for putting that in the chat, the information that you shared with us. We appreciate that. All right, friends. Well, I'm going to go ahead and if there's no other announcements. Oh, thank you, Gail. So Gail at In Gallery is also collecting art supplies. So appreciate you doing that for the kiddos. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys back 7 minutes of your Friday. So hope you all are able to go and enjoy the weekend. Appreciate everybody being here. Hopefully you learned something new from our friends in the media. And Melissa, our next Friday community Zoom, do you have the date for that?
The next one is August 25th, a Friday, 10:30, and the agenda is to be determined.
Thank you. The date and time is the most important part.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
Appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and go have a great day.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.